Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to be continuing episode 2, baby. What's up? What's up? So we're going to be making our way over to Sen'Jin village, picking up all these quests, and then we're going to head to the coast. And during our excursion at the coast, I actually had a little, interaction, I guess you would call it, with some Alliance, and that's basically what you guys are going to be seeing is my interaction with the Alliance. Which, I mean, he devastated us pretty bad, he killed one of us, but it wasn't me, best believe. But anyways, I wanted to talk about some reasons why vanilla is enjoyable for me, and these are specifically reasons that a lot of current day MMOs do not have, and the biggest one is difficulty. The majority, not even just of MMOs, but most games, you're able to play through leveling and all that stuff. You're able to fairly well play through the game without too much interaction from other players. The group quest, what a group quest used to be, would be like 3 to 5 players required. And now, there's not even really group quests. You can just smash through honestly a lot of the content, and as you will see later in this episode, we are going to have to group up at early level. Before level 10, you're required to group up in vanilla, and when you have to group up, sometimes what happens is you'll group up for a quest, then you'll leave the group and start questing somewhere else, and then you'll run into that same person. And quite often in Burning Crusade, that's how I made a few friends, is you keep running into people, and because you have to group, it's just easier to add them to your friends list and say, alright, so this is a person who I can regularly group with. But that doesn't happen in games where you queue up for dungeon content, where you're going to be able to easily get a group. It doesn't happen in games where socializing is not encouraged. And I think that not only the easiest way, but I mean really the way it should be done is make players socialize with each other by making content difficult, in all honesty, because when players have to work together, I mean, beautiful things happen when human beings are forced to work together, and competitiveness happens when they're forced to work against each other. And in vanilla, things were a little more competitive with mob tags because of the way tagging worked. So there are definitely improvements to vanilla, but it's such a beautiful template for, what an RPG is. Because in RPG, really, you want to fulfill your role, but you don't want to be able to do everything. You don't want to be able to, tank the mob and kill it and all this stuff. And right here, you're going to be seeing me come to the Echo Isles to try and do some of these quests, and the mobs are pretty tough. And I definitely cannot solo this, and if I did, it would take way long, and the main dude I need to kill, there's no way I could solo him. So I get this invite from old Warlock, which he's actually a Warlock, so the name fits him, and we just start trying to tag a couple of these mobs, and we're waiting on the main dude to get here. But this is what I'm talking about, I'm level 6, and I'm being forced to group up so that I'm able to finish a quest, because, I mean, even if I was a little bit higher level, this is still a difficult quest for this level, in all honesty, and the mobs themselves are difficult. The mobs can heal, and some of them, I believe, put a dot on you. This is legitimately difficult, and because we're able to group up, it made it so much easier. But keep your eyes on this guy, Warlock. He's going to be popping up from time to time. And hopefully, in all honesty, going through this series, I want to make an effort to make friends in this game, So if you're playing on Elysium, go ahead and add me, you know what I'm saying? And I guess depending on what level you are and what level I am, but the goal for me is definitely getting to max level. But before that, I'm going to be looking for people around level 50 to start farming dungeons. So, but another one of the things that really you have to think about is flight, because in the real world, when we got like airplanes and we're able to fly places in 12, 18 hours, it has shrunk the world. The world is a massive place, but now it feels small and almost like all the mystery is gone. And the same thing happens in MMOs. Anytime that an MMO is released, and if it has flight, the world immediately gets small. And the worst part is if an MMO comes out and it doesn't have flight, and then people can feel how big the world is. And fast travel is, in some games, it's worse than flight. You know, in games like Guild Wars, you can just zippity-doo-dah-day around the world. And in Burning Crusade and Vanilla, I mean, you really asked for a mage port, like, most of the time. Because fast travel should not be something that happens often. And if you look at games like RuneScape, where fast travel, you have to progress through the game to be able to get the majority of fast travel. And even then, most of it is locked behind consumables, so it's not just this button you press that, you know, takes you exactly where you need to be. And that's what I think MMOs need to think about, you know. They need to make their world be what attracts the players, not your in-game content, not how many raids you have available. Do you have PvP? All this stuff is, in all honesty, it's meaningless compared to a good, alluring world that is difficult, attracts people, and keeps them sucked in. You want people to feel like they can log in, do a quest, get nothing more than a really good blue item, but that blue item is such a big upgrade that it honestly, they can tell a difference in the combat. Then I headed back to Sen'Jin, and we're going to be making our way to, I guess, the war camps up by the starting area, really. And we managed to group with someone else, and as you can see, I'm just trying to make as many friends as I possibly can during this experience. And the reason I'm doing that is I really want to make sure I leave myself open to the opportunity of, I meet someone at a low level, I add them, and then maybe I'm doing Wailing Caverns and I need a mage. You know, mages are critical, even in, you know, early dungeons. I mean, Black Fathom Depths, you're really, in all honesty, that place is so packed that if you don't have something like a hunter or a mage to CC any extra mobs, it's so easy to wipe in a place like that. And it's funny to say that because in a lot of MMOs now, it's come down to, you know, high-paced action, packed mob-pulling adventure, and you just pull 20 mobs and spam your AoE and stuns and all this stuff. But yeah, after we finish these war camps, that's going to be pretty much it. You know, we're going to be done with Sen'Jin Village. We're going to we'll make our way up to old Razor Hill, and that's going to be the end of this episode. So, you know, I hope you enjoyed. And if you, like I said, if you really want to watch a series that is going to have a lot of progression, definitely be sure to subscribe. Because I plan on, you know, I mean, I only got like, 2 levels in this? And in actual playtime, I mean, it was quite a bit of playtime. And it's just because vanilla and the fact that all these people are here, everything just takes a little bit more time. And that's how I like it. Nice and slow. Later, later.